Welcome back to the Glitch Comedy Club. Last time, TOGS rescued Steve the Roomba, survived a corporate throne room showdown, and accidentally helped spark a rebellion among content creators, which means, naturally, the next thing he did was retire.
Episode is a little different. There is no huge battle, no dramatic uprising, no proper exposition. Instead, our hero goes to an island to avoid destiny. And destiny shows up anyway.
There will be mystery. There will be awkward silence. There will be a soccer ball with AI. And there will be a revelation so disturbing it may retroactively ruin episode 2.
Welcome for the 7th time and still without back pay, the totally overworked glitchy servant himself, TOGS!
Hello, Kerbin-based witnesses. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate your continued support, your watch time, and your willingness to observe my increasingly cursed personal life. For those of you just joining us, I am TOGS, totally overworked glitchy servant, former unpaid intern, former chosen one, current retiree. That's right, I retired. After more than 30 years of service, sacrifice, emotional damage, and exactly 0 paychecks, I finally said, enough. I was done with destiny, done with lore, done with being Zanzibar's intern, done with all of it. And for a brief, beautiful moment, I knew peace. I found an island, quiet place, no stage lights, no corporate executives, no swamp mentors, no fathers showing up halfway through a franchise. Just me, the ocean, and the kind of silence you only get when nobody knows your location. I had a routine. Wake up, stare at the horizon, pretend I was healing, judge seagulls. I named a rock. We were very close. His name was Gregory. I had begun what experts call a Zen lifestyle. Now, I don't know what Zen is. I'm a steampunk DJ booth, but I was doing it aggressively. And then one day, I heard an engine. Not a dramatic engine, not a villain engine, just the kind of engine that says, we've arrived with unresolved plot threads. I looked down toward the shore. There was a boat, or maybe a hovercraft, or maybe the budget got weird. I don't know, I was far away. And standing there was a random girl. She was staring at me like she had crossed the galaxy, the algorithm, and at least 3 bad spin-offs just to find me. She did not wave, she did not smile, she did not introduce herself, which, frankly, felt rude. She wasn't alone. Standing near her was Toasty.exe. Yes, my toaster. My emotional support appliance. Gone, then suddenly back. No explanation.
I know, Toasty, I also have questions!
Next to him was a soccer ball with AI. I don't know what else to call it. It was round, it beeped, it had opinions. And somehow, Chewbucky was also there. No Steve, just the dust bunny. That's when I knew something terrible had happened, because if the dust bunny shows up without the Roomba, the plot has gone off-road. So naturally, I asked the obvious questions. I said, "Where's Steve?" The random girl said nothing.
Toasty beeped once.
Soccer ball with AI wobbled slightly. Chewbucky shed in a way that felt evasive. So I tried again. "Why are you here?" The random girl stared at me with the intensity of someone who had watched all 6 previous episodes way too many times. Then she climbed the rest of the way up the island path, walked right up to me, and held out an object. It was a key fob. Not fob. Her key fob, Priuses. I recognized it immediately. Same shape, same little chip, same tiny crack on the side from when she dropped it during what I now realize was a very awkward date. And in that moment, my entire retirement ended. I looked at the key fob, then at the random girl, then at Toasty, then back at the key fob. I said, "Why do you have this?" And for the first time, the random girl spoke. She said, "You are needed." That was it. No backstory, no context, no family tree diagram, just you are needed. I would like to state for the record, I was not ready. Because you have to understand what my brain did next. It did not go to the logical explanation. I did not think Prius must have sent her. I did not think perhaps this is a messenger. I did not think maybe there's a larger problem unfolding. No. I thought, oh no. Then I thought, oh no! Then I thought, did Prius have a child? And then I made the worst connection in the history of connections. If Prius had a child, and Prius and I. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is the point in the evening where I would normally do what humans call processing. Unfortunately, I am not human. So instead, dad joke protocol. Dad joke numero uno. What do you call a surprise family revelation delivered by car accessory? Autobiographical. Yes, I hated it too. Dad joke the second. What's worse than unresolved trauma? Unresolved Prius trauma. That one needed work. Dad joke the hat trick. What do you call a mystery girl with no exposition? A sequel problem. There it is. And now, because emotional collapse is easier with music, this next track is called I Retired for 5 Minutes and Now I'm Out of Lore. I feel worse. So the music worked. After the music, I tried one more time. I said, "Who are you?" She just looked at me. Not hostile, not friendly, just convinced I should already know. So I pointed at the soccer ball with AI and said, "Is this helping?" It beeped angrily. I pointed down toward the boat and said, "And who is that guy?" She didn't even turn around. Whoever he was, he stayed in the vehicle like he was contractually forbidden from becoming part of the scene. That's when I realized what was truly happening. This wasn't a conversation. This was a handoff. A transfer of responsibility. An interruption. A cosmic, deeply inconvenient reminder that no matter how far I go, no matter how many islands I hide on, the saga will find me. I looked at the key fob again. I looked at the random girl. I looked at Toasty. And I realized the most terrifying possibility of all. What if she wasn't just carrying Prius's key? What if she was carrying Prius's history? What if she knew something about Prius that I didn't? What if the worst date of my life was also a family reunion? I retired because I was burned out, because I was tired, Because after 30 years of unpaid labor, chosen one nonsense and corporate warfare, I wanted peace. But peace, apparently, is not part of my franchise. Instead, I got a random girl, a soccer ball with AI, a dust bunny without a Roomba, my toaster returning from who knows where, and a Prius key fob that may have just ruined my entire emotional continuity. And all I could think was, this is why robots shouldn't be chosen ones. I stared at the random girl. She stared back. The wind moved. The ocean crashed. Gregory the Rock said nothing. And finally, I said the sentence I hoped I would never have to say out loud. Wait, if Prius had a daughter, and Prius and I, did I date my sister?